ones, how are y'all doing? I'm back. Like I said, it's just kind of a hit and miss here lately. I am trying to do better as far as uploading, filming and uploading. This week's just been one of those, and it's Wednesday. Last week we had Birmingham. Monday I had neurologist, psychologist, and Carabeth art. I had to take her to art. The sweet lady across the street that takes her usually had a dentist appointment. So I took her, and then the lady next door brought her home. So I was able to come home and kind of prop my feet up. I had left here that morning. Well, me and Carabeth left here that morning like at 7. I didn't get home till like 1:45. So yeah. Anywho, today finds me, I got to get my house in order. It's a mess. It is a mess. I need to do my laundry. FATMAN was sweet enough. He did his over the weekend, and I folded it yesterday. And now I got to tackle mine. And probably won't get it folded until tomorrow. That's just circle of life. But today I'm just going to kind of tackle all the things. Y'all are going to come along with me. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we would love to have you join our family. Leave a comment down below. What do you need to tackle at your house? We call it tackling our frog, because you eat your frog first. Go ahead and get the worst thing you can think of out of the way. That's everything in my house. So I've got to sit down. I'm going to write me a list. That's usually where I get stuck. I'll start writing a list, and then I'll think, well, I need to do this, and I need... So, but I got to have a plan out on paper, because my memory is shoddy at best. So, but that's what we're going to do today. Y'all are just going to come and hang out with me. I never even did our weekly planner. I mean, this is from, like 2 weeks ago. What up with that? Oh, new thing we're going to be doing. This shelf and this shelf, excuse me, we're going to try to squeeze in the spare room, what I usually call the office. I think I'm going to be able to swing my desk around to in front of the windows, and then we're going to take those shelves and put in there, and that's going to leave this area, this whole, we used to have a round dining room table here. It was like a breakfast table. And we would love just sitting around it and playing cards or eating breakfast. It was just a, you know, a little bit informal place to eat breakfast. We're not going to do that. We're not going to put the table back here. FATMAN, and I don't know whether to go ahead and say it or not, Jeff from Mama Cat's home, hey Kathy, they're going to get together at some point and figure out how to build cabinets. I want base cabinets and a countertop. So, yeah, that's the plan. We need Jeff's help, because FATMAN really and truly don't know how to do doors, like cabinet doors. And Jeff has made so many awesome, wonderful, neat things that are just absolutely gorgeous. So, yeah. So I'm excited. In fact, I'm so excited. I've already measured these. Now I need to go measure the office and see if me swinging that desk around to the windows will leave me enough room to get these shelves. We're going to find out. Yeah. Because each of them are 48 inches across. Yeah. Not wide. I consider this way wide and this way across. And I know the height will work because the ceilings are all the same height. So, but they did measure across. They're 48 a piece, 48 and 48. Somebody get a pencil and do some math for me. What's 48 plus 48? Hey Google, what's 48 plus 48?
48 plus 48 is 96.
96, that's what we're pulling for, people. And Fat Man did get in here over the course of one day. Was it this weekend? Yes. No. Friday night, maybe. One night he got in here and pulled up this awful carpet. That blue shag that's everywhere throughout my house. We yanked it up from here. He yanked it up. I'm not allowed to yank anything. So, let's see. I think this wall would be 96. The TV really needs to go back in our room. But I think we can get along this wall. That way Carol's not losing any of her wall. And my desk can go here. And that would give me this island to go into the kitchen until we can get the cabinets made. Yay! So, hey Carol, well, no, she's not dressed yet. I better not call her. Alright, let me measure this wall. I'll be back. We're still asleep, weren't... Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh no, just waking up.
I'm so sorry. What time did you wake up before?
Almost 7.
Hey Google, what's 36 plus 36 plus 30?
36 plus 36 plus 30 is 102.
Yay! Because I only need 96 inches. Awesome! I'm so excited. Okay, my loves, I have gotten, sorry if it's dark. We're trying to conserve on power because our power bill has gone through the roof. We're supposed to be on budget billing. They budgeted wrong. Their budget and my budget don't meet. Like for real. Alright, so I've got one load done, washed. Let's see if I can... Uh-oh. What do we need to do here? Y'all need to tighten up. I'm getting clothes out of the washer. I'm gonna put them in dry. They are hot. And I use cold water. Explain that one. It's just that hot. It's always hotter in this room. It's saying it's 89 degrees in here. And our air is on. It's set on 72. This room does not have, I mean, it's got an air duct, but air don't come out of it. We've been determined that one. Ooh, I'm rich. I can afford, well darn. If I worked, I could afford to retire. I've got 20, 30, I have 31 cents from the washer. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Alright, so it don't take much for me to get excited. I don't know what can you actually buy with 31 cents. Nothing. There's nothing you can buy for 31 cents. You can't even buy penny candy, as they called it. Now back then, 35 cents could get you a whole little bag full of candy. We used to stop at Price's Drugs. Me and my sister would walk. I mean, I was just a little bit of a teeny thing, if you can believe that. Trying to do my laundry while I check. Alright, so I got my old dryer going. I'm gonna do my, whoa. Laundry detergent. There's no rhyme or reason. Y'all remember, I'm gonna turn that off for a minute. Do y'all remember the movie Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton? Do you remember the scene where he was doing the laundry? And so he decided instead of doing the laundry stuff and doing the fabric softener, doing the stain remover and all that, he just got him a cup and mixed it all together, stirred it in, poured it in, and then it did its thing, it overflowed. The pest control man went down there and saw the washer walking. Yeah, I always feel like that. I mean, just go get me a cup, mix all my crap together, and then just take a good scoop, shove it in there. I wonder what would happen. Would I have a Michael Keaton moment? I'm adding fabric softener. I used up all my scent beads. I'm not buying them again, or I say I'm not. I'd read where it's actually the fabric softener that can ruin your washer because it makes that film in there. But ever since I've cleaned my washer, and I've done the recipe for that, I put it in the description of one of the videos. I'll look it back up and I'll paste it down below how to clean your washer, because girl, it cleaned it like it's never been cleaned before. And that was a good maybe 2 months ago. And it's just now starting to get kind of filmy at the top. But so far it's clean. So I got my load in the dryer and my last load in the washer. So I need to tackle the dining room. I still have things from the store that I have not put away. I've got supper laid out for tonight. Well, part of it. I never did do stuffed peppers. Still hankering for those. But tonight I'm going to do a recipe that I found. I've got a already marinated boneless pork tenderloin. And it is the onion, garlic, and bell pepper flavor. I got a moth in here. And I looked up a sheet pan meal, and you do any kind of potato you want. You can do any kind of vegetable you have, and then they sliced up bell peppers and onions, and they used sweet potato, but they said you could use russet, and Lord knows I've got enough russets over there. I'd intended to take some and actually can them, but I don't have. I've got enough that I need to hurry up and use them, but I don't have enough to can. Does that make sense? Because we've been eating on them. Alright, now I need to go to the office and see about, I don't know how to get something from my printer to scan so I can send it to my email so I can email it to somebody. There's a way. I know there's a way. I just don't know how. So, yeah. Alright. Lights on, lights off. Lord, I feel like my stepfather's over me going, turn that light out. He'd go through a room, even if you were in there and it was nighttime, he'd turn off the light on you. You don't need a light in here. But I'm in here. Maybe you need to go on to bed. I'm serious. That's what he would say. Going to bed. But Dad, it's 8. You know, I'm not a little kid. Well, we got to save the light bill. And now, in a way, I almost kind of get it. I would never tell Carol Beth, though, turn out that light. No. And baby girl usually does conserve. I mean, she'll have just like a little light on, and I'm like, baby, you can go blind. Please use another form of lighting as well. I try to encourage her to use the light. So, alright, let me see if I can figure out this computer thing, and I'll be back. Hot Mess Express in here as well. Look everywhere in my home. Hot Mess Express. Huns, I'm back. It is 5:20. Let's go ahead and say I am getting ready to assemble my pork chops, peppers, and onion sheet pan meal. The recipe called for pork chops, chopped up peppers, chopped up onion, chopped up sweet potato, but it said you could use russet potatoes. I got russet potatoes I need to use. So that's what we're using. And I drug out some Brussels sprouts. It said use any kind of produce you want. So I got some Brussels sprouts. I do have the peppers. Like I said, I never wound up making stuffed bell peppers. I got some carrots that are dying to be used. So they're still good. Well, they definitely need to be used. Here's that pork loin. Like I said, it's onion, garlic, and bell pepper flavored. And then I got some potatoes. So, let's get to assembling. It said do your veggies and all first, because you're going to grease your pan. Uh-oh. I'm trying to get y'all where you'll be able to see. Okay. I think that's going to do it. And it says to chop everything up like bite-sized pieces. So that's what I'm doing with my potatoes. You want them, you know, where everything's going to cook about the same time and all. This red one ain't gonna get it, girls. We gotta go with the purple one. I got these from Costco years ago, and I'm wondering if I don't need to upgrade and get me some. Hey, honey. Hey. Can you sharpen these Cuisinart knives? Yeah. Well, they all need doing something too. Alright, so I'm cutting them like that. Cut them in half, then cut those in half, and then cut those in half. And we're going to just kind of take and do like that. And I'm just going to play them out on the pan. And we're going to get everything laid out. And then I'm going to oil it all. And then season it. Don't put your meat on though. Do your meat last because it's already marinated. Now if it wasn't marinated, you could stick it on here while you're doing everything. But I'm just going to cut these cut these taters. I love sheet pan meals. You're going to put this in the oven at 400 for 30 minutes. And I've already got my oven preheating. And hopefully we'll be done in 30 minutes. That's what the recipe I'm going by, and I am going to link the recipe down below. I can't even remember the name of the site, but I've got it marked on my phone. So I'm going to cut these potatoes up and I'll be back. Okay, I've got 4 potatoes cut up into like bite-sized pieces. I think a few of them were a little bit too big, but oh well. Alright, then we're going to take our baby carrots. I'm not really going to cut those up because they're like small enough. I think surely they should get done in here. And I'm trying to think. I love baby carrots. I think that's going to be enough. I got another bag in there that I could open and use some out of. That's my preheat thing. We are preheated. I've learned the power of preheating. It makes a difference. Cook time, it really does. And if there was another way of cooking this without using the oven, but it's only going to be on for 30 minutes. So, that's one reason why I love. Right now I've got 2 bell peppers. I'm just going to kind of do in strips. And then I'm going to do those strips up into like little squares or bite-sized pieces. Batman's working on sharpening my other knives. I had to get the bread knives. Them potatoes just didn't want to cut. Alright, you see how I'm making the bell pepper about like that size. I want everything to roughly be the same size. That way it'll get done all at the same time. You don't want like half. You don't want your carrots burning and your bell pepper still, you know, crispy. Raw, I guess you would say. So I'm just going to kind of, this is that one bell pepper. I'll have another one to go. Then I'm going to use 2 onions. I want a good bit of veggies. That way, whatever's left over, especially like the peppers and onions, I don't even know what we're down for tomorrow night. But I'm thinking whatever. Okay, we're going to do air fryer drumsticks. Thank you, Kathy, from Mama Cat's Home. She showed how she did air fryer drumsticks. And those, y'all, it looks so good. So I'm anxious to try her recipe. I've never cooked raw meat in our air fryer. So I'm excited to try that. Alright, so that's 1 bell pepper. Now we're going to get this other one cut up and in there. And yes, they did need to be used. Because they're, I guess what I need to do is take the others, cut them up and put them in my freezer. I need to get a good bit more. I wanted to make pepper jelly, green pepper jelly. It is so good served up with cream cheese. We love it. I've never bought any. I always just make it homemade. In fact, my recipe is called Geraldine's pepper jelly. Geraldine from Coffee, Mississippi wrote that recipe. You know, you've been somewhere if you've been to Hot Coffee, Mississippi. We got a 2-egg Alabama. We got a slap out Alabama. We got a flea hop Alabama. We got a that's it Alabama. That's when you get to the end of the line. It's near Bayou La Batre, Alabama. Alright, so this just in itself with the veggies is starting to look good. I mean, you know, for real. Alright, I could cut this better on the cutting board. I just don't like the sound. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard, y'all. I don't like it, but it goes so much quicker, so just bear with. Bear with. Alright, so there's our peppers. Right now we're going to do our onion. And like I said, I'm going to leave this recipe linked down below. I'm going to cut through this onion. If y'all are wobbling, I am so sorry. I've got y'all popped up on my cutting board. And yeah. Alright, I'm throwing all my food garbage. I've got a garbage bowl over here. Rachel Ray would be proud. Trying to get those onion peelings off my hands. Ooh, that was loud. That scared Mama. I can't get the onion skin to come and get off there. You know, you don't want to cook. I don't like onion skin on my onion. I always cut that mess off. Alright, now that I made a teetotal mess, I'm just going to spread out the onion. Got another little bit here. Alright, now let's cut one more. I need to hurry up and use these onions. They've been hooking it over there for near about the entire month. Yeah, I got them like the 1st. And so they've been hanging out pretty good though. I mean, for them to be the 1st of July, yeah. And y'all, whoa. Me and one of my Selbrook sisters, we were discussing grocery prices, and she wanted to know if she was way off base with her prices. She's spending $230 a month. They got a grown daughter that's going into she's going for a master's degree at college, but she lives at home. And now I'm just going to take some of these Brussels sprouts. I'm not going to use this whole bag. I'm going to save some for another meal. There we go. And I think I'm just going to kind of leave them whole. Yeah, they aren't too big. Alright. We're going to use about half the bag. Alright, now, this is where we want to do our oil. I'm just going to kind of spray it really well. I should have done my potatoes last, because now they're already starting to turn pink. Why do they turn pink after you have them cut for a hot minute? If you need to cut them and then let them hang out for a little bit, you can put them in salted water, and that will make them where they won't. I'm going to be here forever squeezing. we're going to do it this way. We're just going to kind of drizzle it over. There we go. That'll be plenty once we kind of... Alright, we're going to season it with some salt. And notice I'm doing all my seasoning before I ever put my meat on. Because my meat don't need seasoning. My meat's already seasoned. Alright. Generous amount of pepper. Alright, now, the only way I can do it, get your hands in there, get it stirred in. If it falls out, put it back in. They're just trying to jump. They're jumping. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm just trying to get a little bit of everything all spread out. Now I'm going to wash my hands. Ooh, that water caught me off guard. Wash my hands. I love the smell of this Bath and Body Works Living Kitchen. I love it, but it sucks at cutting grease, like that cooking oil. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it getting grease off. Alright, now, got all our veggies done. They're seasoned. Now we're going to take our pork loin. Like I said, this is a boneless. Already marinated. I got it at Winn-Dixie when they had them buy one get one free. So that is when you just can't pass up the deal. Usually if they ever have their buy one get one free meats, unless it's just outrageously priced, I don't do it. I mean, you know, if it's this outrageous amount. That's about like one of our old church members was talking about organic chicken breast. Well, yeah, I would love to, but at $3.95 a pound, I'm sticking with the 99-cent a pound drumsticks. I'm just saying. Alright, so cut your meat up like into 1-inch cubes. So, I'm just going to go through and cut this. And I'm just going to kind of lay it on top of the veggies. That way the juices from this meat can kind of ooze down on there. I am going to leave that little bit of fat because that's where some of the flavor is. It's going to be what makes it juicy. I mean, you can really see this marinade on here. Look at there. Yeah, I'm cutting them into like 1-inch thick slices. At that. Probably aren't even quite an inch. Okay, now that it's starting to get that, I'm going to start kind of trim off some of the fat. We don't need that much fat on there. I don't know how to cut this off though. Might need my scissors. Some of that marinade that's falling off, I'm just kind of smearing it back on. I'm going to take my trusty kitchen scissors and I'm just going to cut off. See, now it got to where it was thick fat. So we want to trim that. I don't want that much fat hanging on. Alright, so we still got a little layer of that. So we're going to kind of cut this way. And then this way. If you ever have meat that you can't cut, like with a knife, or meat cuts better if it's still somewhat frozen, and I let this thaw out completely before I tried cutting it. I should have cut it when it was still halfway frozen, but what you gonna do? You're gonna cut it with scissors. That's what you're gonna do. And see, it's just kind of cutting right on along. And these aren't even my true kitchen scissors. If I had my true kitchen scissors, it would be going like pancakes. Pancakes. I hadn't made pancakes in a hot minute. That's something we need to do. Pancakes. Okay. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely we are getting there, ladies. Okay. We're just going to cut that piece that way. And we're going to cut this piece like that. And that way it's already cut up. You don't have to worry about cutting it up to serve it. Alright, let me get, well, I'm just going to get that in the sink. Okay. Now, it said take a whole stick of butter and slice it into pats. You know, like little pats of butter. Let's see. That can go in the trash bowl. And it said put the butter all over it. Oh, that's too big of a pat. Kind of want to coat everything. You don't want nothing getting dry. This is just going to help add flavor and keep the juices juicy. Yeah, there we go. So that's about right. Now, you're just going to pop it. And you can use any kind of vegetables you want. If you want to do mushrooms, I suggest you add those to like the last, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because it ain't going to take long for a mushroom, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're canned mushrooms. Alright, so we're just going to pop this in the oven. You do not cover it or anything. 30 minutes. Hey Google, set timer 30 minutes. Okay, she said yes. Alright. But didn't that look good? I mean, and that's a way of using it, like if you got a little bit of this or a little bit of that, produce-wise. Those bell peppers needed to be used. That little bit of carrots, I needed to use it. Where's my wipes? So it's a good way, like if you're toward the end of your week and you need to go, you know, you're fixing to try to plan out going grocery shopping and you want to kind of clear out and use up what's in there. Perfect dish for this. Perfect dish. And it even said you could do it with marinated chicken. You could do the same thing. You could also do it with like beef tips. Just kind of marinate them. You can marinate your chicken and your beef chips with Italian dressing, or I like using balsamic vinegar. That's really good. Or raspberry vinaigrette. Anything like that. any kind of clear dressing, it's going to be good. I love steak done with raspberry vinaigrette. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So, I got my timer set for 30 minutes. That's going to be our supper. I mean, it's got our veggies, it's got our meat. So that's going to be supper. So, I am going to go and sit down and rest for a minute. And when this is done, I'm going to show ya. Okay, it has been 30 minutes, and true to the temperature and time, it's done. It smells delicious. The pork is tender. Like the potatoes, the Brussels sprouts are good and tender. The carrots are good and tender. That one just didn't want to go in. Yeah, they're good. The pork's done. The potatoes are good and tender. So this is going to be a hit, I think. There's a bell pepper. Oh, yeah. It smells divine. So, that is going to be our supper tonight. Sheet pan, you use one pan, that's it. I could have done some form of bread, but you know how it goes. So, there you go. So, that's what's for dinner tonight. And I will, like I said, I'm going to leave the description down below. The link down below. So, and it would be good with yellow squash, too. I just thought about that. And that butter melted, and so it's going to be good and juicy. So until next time, be good, be sweet. Don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. Share, play nice with others. If you need bail money, call Big Mom. Bye, Loins.